I typed tech news into the AI tech-linked script generator, but I got all this TikTok news instead. I mean, I guess it sounds kind of simple. I don't know, I think it misheard me. After the US Supreme Court upheld the TikTok ban law last week, TikTok took its own apps and services offline in the US on Saturday night, serving users a pop-up explaining that a law banning TikTok means that you can't use it. Very helpful. I'm sure some people needed that clearly laid out. But by the following morning, TikTok said they were restoring service, thanks to the now inaugurated US president and freshly minted meme coin peddler, Donald Trump. It's not concerning, it's actually hilarious and so based. The president assured TikTok that their service providers won't be punished, but someone should probably tell that to Republican Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and 2 Republican senators who promised to uphold the law and sue those same service providers. The legal murkiness here is probably why TikTok is still not relisted on Google or Apple's app stores, with Apple publishing a specific support document about the situation saying it is obligated to follow the laws in the jurisdictions where it operates. But I'm assuming Tim Cook forgot to add a few extra fees on top because f*** you. Even if TikTok isn't back on the app stores yet, it is online. But the same can't be said for other apps owned by the same parent company, ByteDance, including mobile editing app CapCut, which is just fine with Instagram, who published a CapCut competitor on the weekend called Edits. Worst of all, gacha game Marvel Snap, which is published by ByteDance, is still offline. And before you finish writing that comment telling me that it's not a gacha game, I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know, but it is. So what the heck just happened? Why can't we ban TikTok? Well, one analyst told the Associated Press that by abruptly shutting off service, TikTok proved how unpopular the ban was among its users. Which was a big surprise. We thought they'd be completely on board. But it doesn't seem like TikTok is getting off scot-free. Trump says he wants an American entity to own 50% of TikTok. And after all this kerfuffle, representatives of ByteDance and the Chinese government have indicated they are open to discuss this idea. So now we still have TikTok and RedNote, the other Chinese app paying US influencers to promote it as a TikTok replacement. And as a bonus, we also have new TikTok-style doom-scrolly video feeds on Blue Sky and Twitter. But we don't need the TikTok replacements now. Can we roll those back? Now, at the risk of sounding political, I just think it's worth pointing out how many big tech CEOs were at Trump's inauguration. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, Sundar Pichai, and of course Elon Musk, and even TikTok CEO Xu Zhiqiu. This doesn't usually happen, and following Trump into a church service afterwards is also a bit unusual. And uncomfortable. I mean, the sensation of your skin burning underneath your suit cannot be pleasant. Come on over to look at our sponsor, Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs. Just like we did with LinusMediaGroup.com. Your website has to be special, so make use of Squarespace's 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise and cutting-edge design intelligence AI features to unlock your strongest creative potential and your earning potential, because Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments in one place. Get started in just a few clicks and start receiving payments right away through popular methods like Klarna, Apple Pay, and ClearPay. Start building your website today and get 10% off your first purchase at squarespace.com/techlinked. Oh, okay, I think the AI thought about it some more, and now it wants to give me some non-TikTok tech news. Well, if the AI says so, okay. If you're in the market for a Ryzen X3D CPU, beware. Fake versions of the Ryzen 7 9800 X3D are reportedly on the rise. And while that's nothing new, there's nothing worse than installing a new chip only to find out its secret sauce is Cheese Whiz. But when it comes to robots, China's tech is a lot more impressive, especially when it comes to running fast. So this spring, the country is set to hold the world's first human/robot marathon in Beijing, which the South China Morning Post describes as part of efforts to combat the challenges of an aging society and a falling birth rate. I don't know how a robot marathon will help with that, but I mean, hey, distract the sad people with fast robots? Hey, I hope it works. 3D printer manufacturer Bambu Lab was criticized this week for locking down its 3D printers, blocking or making it very difficult to control them through third-party software. Some frustrated users soon managed to extract the authentication certificate for the Bambu Connect app. And whether that had anything to do with it or not, Bambu Lab actually backtracked, or maybe they'd say they clarified, that their recent update will not block third-party software, but rather ensure it continues to work while enhancing security. So you won't be hacked while making all those 3D printed guns. The chief of Europol, the EU's primary law enforcement agency, told the Financial Times today that big tech has a responsibility to give the police access to criminals' encrypted messages, which the criminals use to remain anonymous. But if they're anonymous, how do you know they're criminals? Just kidding. This is a complicated issue, but given that government backdoors led to Chinese hackers basically having unfettered access to America's communications networks, and they're still in there, I'm just wondering what the real responsible thing to do is. And last week, somebody slapped Doom into a PDF. This week, it's Microsoft Word. Yep, software engineer Wojciech Grai was apparently inspired by Doom PDF to set up a VBA macro to display the game's frames as .bmp files in the document. It appears to run smoother than the PDF version, so give it a shot if you're looking to confuse your company's activity tracking software. Oh, this guy must be so productive. And if you want to be extra productive, come back here on Wednesday. We'll get you back up to speed on all the tech news so you can go back to working and won't be distracted because, why would you check Reddit? You already know everything.